So from here, people walked up and down the lawn. Now, up and down the lawn is pretty because there's a stream, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but there are also a lot of beds that have more to do with summer plants. And so, you know, I'm not gonna take you there. This is a brand new bed, and I knew that it would look pathetic because all of the perennials are about, you know, tiny. So I stuffed it full of bulbs, and they really did well for me. This is the Sir Winston Churchill daffodil, and the leucojum's just finishing up, and the camassia is just starting, and after that we have allium. So this will be a good bed in a few years. Let's go to the Blue Bridge. Oh, you might want to look at my beautiful plastic water tanks. That was part of the tour. I don't think many people got back there. Just beautiful. I think you just ought to point right up there. A few steps more down this way. So when Jeff and I moved into this place, it was weeds and high grass and lots of mosquitoes. But we had a guy named Tony Klein, who works for Earth Tones Landscapers, dig it out and line it and put a recirculating pump in it. And now it just brings us joy. And the water table is so high right now that it's actually overflowing. Usually the water is pumped back up to a spring house that you'll see later. But right now it's doing that, and it's overflowing and joining its brethren as it goes through the neighborhood. I've been using a lacrosse stick, which you might see a yellow net on, to get the pollen off the top. It works pretty well. These are all pretty new beds and not very exciting. Well, Jenny's excited. But the reason that I'm filming them is because I can't wait to see the progress that I make on them over the years, introducing more natives, getting rid of things like stuff like arum. I really want to do better with my natives, but it's fun to look at now. And here is the second biggest tree. Oh, new native rhododendrons. Yay. And here's the second biggest tree on the property, another tulip poplar. And here is the best birdhouse ever that my husband made for me. From a kit, but still, he's very talented. All right, so from here, you could have gone on 3 different paths. And why don't we just walk along, and I'm not even gonna talk, and you can just see the flowers. We'll take the top one first. All right, I can't help talking. This is Polygonatum. This is Polygonatum humile, dwarf Solomon seal, adorable. This bed is coming good. It's kind of spotty-dotty, but I'm working on it. I love my bench. Here we have lots of hydrangeas and lots of azaleas. This Spanish squill is good. Oh, and this, lots of people asked about this. Such a common plant. It's comfrey, and it's a great nitrogen booster if you want to compost with it. Look at this adorable little columbine that was in bloom. And the Erigeron propellus. So that is a native that I'm encouraging. I mean, it's just an adorable kind of weed thing. Some people don't like it at all, but I'm okay with it. Lots of ostrich ferns. I'm introducing woodland peonies, and ooh, we don't have one in bloom, but that was recently in bloom. And they're supposed to self-seed quite well. Wish me luck. This is one of those big mama hostas. I can't remember the name of it, but that will take up some space once we get going here. I planted tons of the camassia. You'll see more of that as we walk around. Ferns. This is a viburnum that my friend Tom Priscilla gave me. Getting too tall, Tom. I gotta work on it. Lots of Japanese painted fern. Oh, this is a cool plant. I have a few fatsia that live in the ground. Well, one in a pot, but this is the variegated spiderweb one. The new leaves will look prettier than those old leaves, but it's okay. This is a new sort of pathway around we call this the cider tree. This tree is dying. Well, all trees are dying, but this is dying faster than you would think. And we had a pileated woodpecker come work on it. Do you want to see? It's right here. So that's exciting, right? So it will die, but right now we like it, and we're gonna just keep it and see how long. Oh, you know, you should look at this beautiful little Japanese maple. I mean, not a native, but so pretty, right? And the scene up that path, but let's walk down here. Oh, here's my crazy planter. I rolled all these rocks together. I call it my Jabba the Hutt planter. Never been an uglier planter in the world. But this is a variegated willow, dappled willow. Let me just pronounce the cultivar for you. Salix integra Hakuro Nushiki, possibly. Some roses, some peonies, forget-me-nots, some of this crazy Nicella grass, the ponytail grass, good filler. And, oh, this is the trident maple. I have little babies that I got from a friend. I have 5 of them on the property. They're gonna be lollipops for me. And then just a bench with a pretty little Japanese maple. Here we go, a little accent. How good.